Ross defeated here at home to Southport, and I don't think we can really make any bones about it. It was what's a nice way of putting it? It's a day to forget.
First half to forget, definitely. I took a different point of view today, up with the camera, and it looked even worse up there. So we had zero character, zero voices, no appetite to want the ball. We looked flat, absolute complete opposite the Chorley away. Not sure why, but the first half definitely wasn't acceptable. And the goal is absolutely shambolic. I don't know what we're doing. 43 minutes, I think, on the clock, they score. Try and do drag backs in our back line. Yeah, I'm not having that. So we had to make some changes. We did, and I thought second half we came out and we looked a better team. We looked front footed. We give it a right go. Ashby's hit the crossbar. Parker's got his goal. We've been in there half more, and we needed to try and affect them more, and we did that. But it shouldn't take 2 changes, 3 changes to make that happen. We had a good week in training. Chorley, great positives, loads of positives in Chorley. And then to perform like that first half looked so dull and flat. So characters needed to stand up, they didn't, and there was probably maybe one player on the pitch who was trying to give it some, but everyone went into their shell, and that's a disappointing thing because we've had a good week. Positivity's been really good. We've had a few injured boys coming back, which is really good, but that first half performance is nowhere near the standard.
First half finishing 1-0 due to the goal right at the end. It was going to be something absolutely spectacular. A mistake to even see a goal in that first half. It was that poor half. And it took a mistake. I imagine you had some choice words to say at half time because from what you just said there and the first half performance, it just wasn't us today.
No, I mean the first half was quite poor. Both teams were quite poor. There was nothing really going on. It was very dull, but I thought we weren't great at all. I think the most important thing is going in with a dull game is going at 0-0. And you start thinking at 43, 44 minutes, we'll take that 0-0 because we've not been great. We'll give them a bit of a rollicking at half time and get a different team out there second half. And that was the plan. And then we concede a real poor goal, something that shouldn't be happening. And that just kicks you in the teeth. So, the half time team talk needs to be firm. There was a reaction, but it wasn't enough to get an equaliser. So we were knocking on the door. I think the goal was, we deserved the goal because we were knocking on the door much better. There was a bit more front-footed mentality, passing forward and trying to affect the game. But the first half is a mountain to climb. When you're that flat, it's really hard to get going again. And it's really unlike us because we've started games really positive. And Chorley was a prime example. We play against some of the top ones in the division, and we're at it from the first minute. We play against Southport, who have been at the bottom for a bit. Have had a bit of bad luck. They've lost some games, and we think it might be easier, and absolute no chance. So I'm utterly disappointed for the first half, and it opened my eyes to some of the characters as well. And I praise the boys massively every week, every game. They run through walls, but today, first half, not good enough.
You did do a little bit better in the second half, obviously conceding early, just after we come out and looked a little bit brighter, a bit more energetic, and then obviously Josh Parker's goal not quite enough to haul us back into the contest. You spoke about half-time and all that sort of stuff. What you said to them at full-time, the mood was quite sombre and the players are coming off, and it's not really like us, is it? You mentioned Chorley.
Yeah, I mean it shouldn't be like us. It's not like us. I think we're very inconsistent with our emotions, and I think that's a thing that happens. Maybe the level. 1 week you're 9 out of 10, next week you're 2 out of 10. Now, messages haven't really changed in the week. We've worked really hard, and the boys have done really well in training. Now, to turn up like that, we then question other things like how did you sleep? Are you on time? All the controllables, and you look at it, and everyone's done the basics really well. Then it might be an off performance, but we can't have off performances against teams in and around us because we've got to win those games. And we needed to change things and shake things up. Probably could have made 6 or 7 changes at half time, and that's been very critical at times, but I think we could have, and there'd be no questions about it. So, yeah, the mood is obviously we lost a game of football. It's difficult to take. It's very raw. I think when we watch it all back Monday, which we will, players as well, I think they'll see how flat they are, and players hiding behind players. It's clear to see from where I was in the bird's nest, and we won't accept that because I want bravery. I want boys to go and get on the ball and be positive. And first half we wasn't. Second half we were, but it's too late.
You mentioned just then about some players being a 9 out of 10 against Chorley and then 2 out of 10 today. consistency is key, isn't it? And that's the thing that's just kind of leaving us at the moment. How do we get that consistency in? Not necessarily results, but performances.
Yeah, I mean, 2 out of 10 might be harsh. It just felt flat, and I think we needed to kick on after a good performance. The consistency is there in the week. The boys are training hard. The togetherness is to get there. The voice is there. Some of the boys come up from injury now, so competition for shirts is healthy. Maybe that was a fear factor today, that a few boys are coming back, and there's a bit of a fear that shirts might be up for grabs. Maybe. That shouldn't be the case. That should not be the case. We're all in it together. But when you now got to look over your shoulder for the boys coming back from injury, maybe you underperform and you worry about that rather than actually performing. So many probably raw emotions right now. I think there's a lot of things we probably could go into. I think as staff, we've got to digest it as well. We've got to look at the collective, the units, the individual. We've got to look at the messages we set before the game, maybe yesterday. But there's so many things that are going through our minds right now, and they're just a few things on top of my head. I think tomorrow I'll dissect it, I'll have a look at it, and then Monday we'll do it as a team. So the game's gone now. The game is gone. There's nothing we can do about it. There's no point walking around like someone's been shot. It's football. We have to get on with it. We have to roll our sleeves up and go again, and Monday's a really important day for us.
Sunday you'll look at it. Monday we're back in. The players will look at it. Tuesday we're at Bedford. Quick turnaround. Good chance to put it right.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best thing, I said, because we've worked all week after Chorley, and sometimes you can work all week and not get anything out of it. And today was a prime example. I think to analyse it quickly, to make sure there's no hangovers and the boys can put it right. And I said, the next thing is your performance Tuesday. I don't care what you do from now till Monday. We make sure we turn up Tuesday and we put things right, because first half, we let each other down as players, we let the staff down, we let the team down, we let the fans down, the club down, because that in a performance we need to be proud of. And good thing is Tuesday is a quick turnaround, so the boys have got a great chance to put it right Tuesday.
We're speaking just after the final whistle, obviously. Like you say, emotions are a bit raw, everyone's disappointed. It was really flat today. It's important we stick together, we go again. I mean, it's just like any other game, isn't it? You always say when we're away, we're back on the coach. We've got to put it behind us. And Bedford on Tuesday is another big game for us, and the preceding games as well. We've all got to stay together and get behind the team, haven't we?
Yeah, no excuses. That's what I said to them. I said, look, you can do whatever you want from now till Tuesday. Monday we're going to pick it apart, but in terms of your home life and stuff, it's down to you. If you really want it, you'll do the things properly. We'll turn up Tuesday and put things right, and I want to see a massive reaction. That's simple. And if we don't, we've got boys coming up from injury. So the squad is getting better, and we've got more options to change and manoeuvre some things. But I think it wasn't a tactical one today. It wasn't a technical one. It was a pure mindset one that they wanted it more than us, and that just can't happen. So, really deflating one. I think the second half was better. First half wasn't good enough. Now we pick it apart tomorrow and Monday, and we put a plan together to go and attack Bedford now.
Ross, as ever, thanks for your time.
Cheers.